We are
Y'all
good to
wound
go.
me every time you say I look like CM Punk. Man. That's offensive.
That should be a compliment. I think it is a
Why would
compliment.
I? Why would I want to look like the sorriest wrestler? The second sorriest wrestler in wrestling. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We're good. We're
We're
going.
All
live.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Small Package Wrestling. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo! And you're talking to your boy, Omar, and your boy, Aaron. And just wanted to give a shout out to our subscribers. We have 200 subscribers on YouTube now, 197 on TikTok. I believe we have 114 on IG.
Yes, sir. And then our 18 on Twitch. Don't forget our 18 on Twitch.
Shout out to our 18 Twitchers.
Yeah.
Uh, and I did want to say, and I started to discuss this off air. I think I might invest in one of those Aaron little handheld things now because I think, are like YouTubers, like for real.
Look, bro. I think last math I did, it was before we got to 204. It was like 527 total. So shout out to our 527 people that are out there. Giving us. And if you are watching our stuff and not liking or subscribing, you know what it is. We're gonna hit you with RKO's, and you better RKO that fucking like and subscribe fucking button. I wanted to say that initially, but I just went with I'm gonna hit them with an RKO. So fuck it.
It's fine. That was perfect.
That
So,
said,
go ahead.
fucking
On today's show, okay, go for it.
I am actually going to be taking good old Gwex's role and asking the questions because we had two on-site reporters in these previous two live shows in San Jose and Sacramento. And the name of this stream is "Are WWE live shows worth it?" And just for our fans, just for our subscribers, I think that's a very pressing question. I think you guys have had the fucking privilege of being able to go to these shows, a dream for a lot of people. And I just wanted to ask that simple question: do you think it's worth your money to go? Just hot takes.
I kind of want to let Aaron go first because he's been to more and he's sat at different levels. He sat at the nosebleeds, right, Aaron? You've never sat in the nosebleeds before,
Aaron
I,
Aaron?
said,
I I've sat in the nosebleeds before.
yeah, like,
Okay. I was about to say, did that offend you?
Aaron's
No,
like, nah, I've
I was
never
I
done
was
that.
confused.
So you've sat like in all sections, right? Like I want,
Everything,
yeah. So what?
nosebleeds, behind the stage where you can't see the stage. In the middle of the arena to the floor. I've been everywhere.
What do you think, Aaron? How many shows have you been to
Actually, I was talking I was telling my girl earlier this week of how many shows I've been to this year.
Just to see.
this year?
Just this year,
Uh huh.
I have it all written down. Starting from last November, me and Omar went to Survivor Series, Vancouver. Then I went to Raw in January in San Jose, and then the Go Home Show Raw in Sacramento before Mania. Then 2 nights of Mania, Raw in Vegas, Worlds Collide in LA, Money in the Bank in LA,
Crazy.
2 nights of SummerSlam, Raw in Brooklyn, SmackDown in San Jose, and then again Raw in Sacramento this past week. So that's what
I lost count, bro. You what was counting?
it's like
Lost
10,
count. 12. It was like
10
10, 12.
shows.
That's
Now,
crazy.
the
That
follow-up question is, are you done going to shows this year?
Oh no, man. There's still a couple shows of mine. Obviously, I'm gonna be at Cena's last match in Washington D.C. and maybe I'll be at Survivor Series.
Where
You,
is Survivor Series this year?
San Diego.
hey, shout out to
Okay.
Cali.
Yeah.
Bro,
What were you gonna say, Omar?
fun fact that I was looking at our YouTube, and November 15th is when we officially started our YouTube, like right before we went to Survivor Series. So we're coming up on that year mark since then. And since then, Small Package, Aaron, and our on site reporter has been to fucking 12 shows. That's insane, bro.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Uh,
crazy,
crazy.
bro.
that's fucking wild.
So, Aaron, After going to at least 10 shows this year, is it worth it?
To me, as a huge wrestling fan, I've been a fan my entire life. To me, it's totally worth it. It's probably the best experience. If you love wrestling and you've never been to one, I feel like you gotta go. You gotta go to one. It's one of the best feelings. Being in an arena, being in like thousands of people who share the same interests and cheer for the same things and boo the same thing. It's quite an experience being a professional wrestling fan and going to a professional wrestling show.
So for me, the last time I went with Omar, I sat way the fuck up there, you know? Like way the fuck up there. Now, Aaron, I'm gonna ask you, do not disclose the secret. Do not on how to get good tickets,
The
okay?
small cap
Do
package
not.
secret. It's the
Yeah,
yeah.
do not. It's totally it works. This last time I went, and that time I didn't go as a fan. I went just to go, for the podcast and just to experience it again,
You were working, bro.
working.
Yeah.
And this time I went and I took Alexa. Alexa is my daughter, and she's starting to get into wrestling a little bit. The first wrestling match she watched actually was the Vancouver event that you guys went to. And she didn't understand what was happening. Like, why are they hitting each other? Why are they being so mean? Why does she have a trash can on her head when the Yost guy
Hey yo.
jumped? And this time I went as a father and with a different mindset. I wanted to make sure that she had fun. And it kind of reminds me of when I used to take you, Omar, when you were little, you know? I wanted to make sure that you had fun and I wanted to get in there and really make her feel comfortable. This time I got better seats. Like what would you call them, Aaron? Like
Those are
those
good
seats,
seats. Those are good seats.
like
Those,
acceptable seats? I mean, they're
yeah.
not floor seats, right,
No,
Aaron?
they're not floor, but no, they're good seats.
That's the
Yeah.
best I've sat in. I don't think I've sat in full. Oh no, I have AAW. That's totally different. But
Yeah.
But like I really thought that being that close to the action made it and me taking my daughter made me enjoy the show a little bit more. Watching her reaction, watching the way she would yeet, watching the way she would go with what is it, Valkyria when they would go, woo! I didn't know they did that.
yeah, the
I didn't know they
NXT.
did that. Like she caught on so fast to all the freaking lingo, the yeet, yeah, yeet, yeah, with LA Knight, and watching her enjoy it like that made the trip worth it for me, you know. So for me, I don't know if I can enjoy it if I went on my own as much as I enjoyed it by taking her.
Well, and I actually have another question. Like, I know both of you guys have taken people to their first wrestling shows. Like, Waddle, you've taken me to mine. You've had the privilege of taking your daughter to her first wrestling show, and Aaron's taken me to just wrestling shows in general. Just like, hey, bro, I got an extra ticket. You trying to shoot through? And I'm sure you've taken others as well. Like, what's that experience like? And what's the difference between going to your first wrestling show and showing someone else and seeing it from the outside their first wrestling show?
To me, that's my favorite part. Taking new people to a show and seeing their reaction, their reaction to the madness, to people eating, to people saying yeah, like I remember I took my dad, like I've taken my dad to like many shows because growing up he took me, and then over time when I started working, I started taking him, and like to me that got me excited. And this past week, I took my girl and my sister, um, and I want to make sure, okay, if I want to take them, let's get some good seats. And we sat on the floor and we had a blast. And then with you, Omar, your first Mania, like I was more excited to see your reaction
That was crazy.
to walking into a stadium to a WrestleMania than me going to a Mania. Like that's to me that's my favorite part.
But I wanted to ask you guys, what because after walking out of there with Alexa, I wanted to ask you guys, What do you guys remember about your first show, about your first Raw, or about your first house show? Do you remember it? Do you think back to it? Is there anything that stuck with you?
Um,
Or was that first show the first time you decided I'm gonna keep coming? Go ahead.
for me, like, funnily enough, what I remember the most about the house show that I went to, the first one, and I didn't even know it was a house show. I just thought it was a fucking live WWE taping. It's Carlito, my boy. No disrespect, you know. But like, I think to me and it, like seeing Alexa like go through it and like her like it didn't matter who it was, she was just enjoying the event. Like Lyra Vicaria, like to a redditor might be like, oh, like, you know, or to an online person they might like talk shit, but to a young kid, like, you just get lost in their like larger than life personas, like, you know. And I remember, what I remember is Carlito and Kane and them being like cool because they're like Carlito and Kane, you know, like Carlito was cool. He came out and he spat in the face of fools that weren't cool, and Kane with his song and his pyro, and that was, you know, all of that, like, that was scary. So I think it's like these larger than life personas that to me stuck out. Like, and I think that's what made me like come back, is like, okay, like I wanted to see these guys again, you know. Like I don't really see these guys in any other TV show, and if I do, they're not real. They're like in animation and cartoon or these type of things, but these guys are real life, you know, cartoon characters, you know, brought to life, which I think was nice. Also the live shows, the fan involvement is dope.
What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I remember my first time very vividly. I I remember I was 2007. It was a Tuesday. It was
20
it,
years ago almost.
it was raining, and I remember walking in, and for some reason the smell of the arena, I can still smell it. Like, I don't know why. And then me walking up the stairs and immediately walking into a section just to see the ring in the stage, because that's all I wanted to see. Like, oh, I always see it on TV, but I've never seen it in real life. So I remember just walking up the steps and just, kind of speed walk into a random section just to see it. And then, I think it was an ECW live, and then there was a SmackDown taping right after. And I remember, seeing Batista and the pyro, and remember how loud it was, and like Bobby Lashley went through a cage, and like it was such an amazing experience. And ever since then, like, damn, like, I wonder if like coming to shows can be like a job. Like, I want to find a way to make this my job, because I just enjoy going to shows.
Well, you're 200 subscribers in on YouTube, so if you keep it up, this might be your job, man.
I hope so.
To the moon,
I
bro.
think I think you guys brought up an interesting point. I think it was Omar that mentioned it, or I think it was Aaron. I don't know. It's madness. It's people yelling at the top of their lungs, and I didn't yell. I never yell, you know. But
Oh, crazy ass
I
move,
yelled,
so cool.
I yelled with Lyra Valkyria because I wanted Alexa to get into it. Like when other people were yelling, like was it woo? Like I
Yeah.
wanted her to do it, woo, woo, and that's all it took. It just took a little bit of encouragement, and bam, away she went. You know, she just rolled with it. Even though that it is madness, I wanted to talk about the crowd. I know we've been a little tough on the wrestling crowd that they don't shower. You know, um, it was this time I wanted to talk a little bit about the appreciation that I had for the crowd. It was a healthier, better behaved crowd than say a football crowd. You know what I mean? Like an NFL crowd. There were less people that were drunk. There were less people that were belligerent. Um, it was people that were really welcoming of Alexa. You know,
Look,
there were people that were welcome. Huh?
I'm just gonna say something. They're drunk, but they're just enjoying the show. It's just a totally different vibe.
It's a different kind of
Yeah,
drunk. Yeah.
yeah,
You were
Like
definitely
there was
drunk.
a Yeah.
yeah,
Like there was a guy behind me to the left, and he was just like, "Yeah!"
yeah.
Like every little thing, like
Exactly.
super exaggerating, like no,
Yeah.
you know. But like it was not like a couple of the NFL games that I've been to, man. People are trying to fight, and it's usually like Niner fans against Niner fans, and it's just like, okay, bro, like, are you serious? But this time, like all the attention was to the show, and I remember that. what I wanted to say is this was Alexa's first show, and I think it was a positive experience because you know when she came back and I got her a championship belt and I got her the yeet glasses. That's what she wanted. When we got back to the seats, a couple of people high fived her. One person behind us tapped her on the shoulder and said, "Hey, are you gonna yeet? I'm gonna yeet with you." And she said, "Yeah," you know. So it was a very it was really cool, you know, the welcoming aspect of that. And then I also saw a lot of girl wrestling fans, a lot of girl with Rhea Ripley attire, with Naomi, with Io Sky, with Rhea Ripley, a lot of people with Rhea Ripley with the women's championship belt. So for me, man, if I start going to shows, it's gonna be because of her. And I think that show in Sacramento left me with a positive experience. You have a little one, Omar, coming along. Aaron, you might have a little one at some point, you know? Eh, this is the question. Are you guys gonna take them?
I'm ready, bro. I'm already
What?
plotting. Look, we
Icar's going to Mania.
bro, exactly. I'm already trying to cook this. But I remember we were at Mania, and I remember feeling the same exact thing as you. Whether like I actually felt it when we went to Canada. Like anytime you go to a live show, especially the day of the live show, when you're walking up to the arena and when you're in the arena, it's like a totally different. Aaron said it. Like it's a totally different world. Like everyone is in yeet, everyone is in thing, like you have conversations with strangers that you would have never otherwise talked to, and like I saw a little like 1 year old at WWE World, like our very first day that we got to Vegas. And like the dad and like the family were just outside of like the WWE World, and the little baby was just like walking, and I was like, bro, look, Aaron, there's a little baby, like we could make this happen, like regularly, like with my family and stuff. So I would love to, I it's something that I'm excited to show. Ikit has already watched night one of WrestleMania 41. He was sleeping half of it, but it's okay. We've watched it together. He's
He's
cool.
60 days old, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey,
Project
so
Eddie
we
Guerrero.
got two comments. Young Hennessy says, what's up, my boys? What's up, Young Henny? That's dedication from Aaron, bro. For real, for real. Shout out, Aaron. And then Peter Cortez says, where did Wido's beard go?
Where'd it go? Let the people know where it went.
I got tired of being called CM Punk, man.
No,
No way.
Peter,
no
that from sucks, Peter.
way.
Lucas says, hello, Lucas. What it do?
Hello.
Welcome to the show, my guy. We're just discussing, hey, and the chat. If you guys want to chime in and give us a little tidbit on your first wrestling experience and what you felt and how old you were, you know. Because for me, like, I feel like the seed got planted with Alexa, hopefully in a good way. When she was telling my mom and my dad, I went to my first wrestling match. That's what she called it, my first wrestling match. And she was eating like crazy, and she was really during the battle royale, she was really stressed out and she was going for Jey Uso. She was like, no, 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 no. Why are they pushing him? No. And I had to explain the rules to her, like what it means to win, what it means to lose. Like she didn't understand the concept of tag team, with AJ when AJ Styles was throwing hands. Like she didn't understand that. So at some point we have to get into the actual matches, But
Well,
but yeah, go ahead, guys.
I think this is important because this is like the live aspects of it, like right, like this is what the whole live stream is about, and that's what you all like were able to go check out. But like, what does that like to talk about what Weddle was like trying to hit on was with like the communal aspect. Like, what does that mean for you all, especially like being able to go to shows in Sacramento and San Jose? Like, do you think that the crowd makes you want to go back, and makes you want to come again and go and see Raw or SmackDown if they come to SmackDown again for both of you all?
Well, yeah, I've been hooked for 20 years, since that my first was wrestling show. And to piggyback what Wedo said about, how the wrestling fans are in the arena, like they've been like that since, I've been going to shows. It's not like, you know, NFL teams or soccer teams, like they're like, oh, you're not a real fan. Like, oh, why you here? Wrestling fans are like very inviting of new fans.
Mhm.
Like constantly, like I'm telling people, or people tell me like, oh, you're a wrestling fan. I'm like, yeah, like you should check it out. Like wrestling fans want more wrestling fans. That's why in the arena they're so friendly, and everybody's vibing together. There's no drama, there's no fighting. It's just like a big old party.
Well, like, dude, like, go ahead over.
No, and I was gonna say like, I think what it allows people to do is just fucking be themselves, bro. Like it's like Weddle said, chaos, but in a controlled fashion. And like you said, Aaron, it's like a party. You could scream as loud as you want. You could yeet as loud as you want. And like when we to bring it back to when we went to like Canada, like I told this story before live, but there was this like older lady that was at her first wrestling show, and she like saw everyone barking for Braun Breaker, and she was like perplexed. She was like, "Why?" I remember she asked me, she's like, "Why is everyone barking?" I was like, "It's just what you do. Like it's they call them like dogs, so you just bark." And then so like within that, she just started doing it like, whoo, whoo, whoo. And she looked at me, and she's like, "This is fun." Just started doing it because it's like. Maybe she's a professional. Maybe she, works really hard, and hasn't really let loose like that, or like, and being inside of a stadium just allows you to scream and to let go. Like for me, Aaron knows I'm screaming my fucking ass off like the whole fucking time. I don't. It doesn't matter who it is, what chance it is. I'm going. Like I am literally screaming. I think everyone could enjoy that in their own way. So.
Yeah, yeah, I
So,
think that's my other favorite part of going to show is just letting loose, feeling like a kid again. Like, I take my title with me, I wear a wrestling shirt, like I just feel like a kid. And then like I was looking through some footage that I recorded during SmackDown, and on one of them, like you could hear myself giggling like a little kid. Like I don't remember doing it, but I hear myself giggling, which is like kind of strange to me. But like that's like you just have fun. You just let loose, be a kid again.
but you know what? Like, Alexa asks me, "Dad, bark like a dog." Why are they barking? Why are they barking? That's Braun Breaker, baby. But why do they bark? And I explained to her, like, look, like that's what they do. Like his dad was a wrestler. They used to bark for him, and now he's a wrestler too. And they go, oh, oh, oh. And so she would do it too. She would with her little voice, So it was just and I did want to say about the seat, about the community, Aaron. And I wanted to ask you guys about the etiquette. Like, what's the etiquette with standing? Because the battle royale was getting really good, and people in front of us were standing. Like it was exciting. Like he stood, and then the person in front of him stood, so he stood even when the other people stood, and then the people behind me stood. And because Alexa was little, I had to stand, and I started carrying her and holding her. But there was a person a couple of rows back that couldn't sit down. They couldn't stand. So like word got up to the front, and everybody just sat down. And it was just like at the last Niner game that I went to, people almost threw hands because one person couldn't see and he asked the other person to sit down, and the other person was like, "No, fuck
Look.
you," and they almost threw hands. Like, and it was just like, okay, at the count of three, let's all sit down. One, two, three, and everybody sat down. And it was like, what the heck is this?
The perfect example I think of this is, bro, one time our entire section at WrestleMania was just chanting, "Turn the lights off, turn the lights off," because we had our like literally a spotlight directly on our fucking eyes, bro, like in the first.
That happens every stadium show, by the way.
And like I don't know if they fucking heard us. I don't know what it was, but they fucking shut the lights off. Like but like I think there's this collective like mindset when you're fucking in the crowd that like it's kind of interesting, but that also extends to like just being nice to each other. And also the perfect example is like, bro, we've seen people throw hands outside of the Sacramento like like stadium before, and
The
like
fake one, yeah, the
the
fake
like
hand.
yeah, like of a wrestling event, like it was just pure enjoyment of the art. I'm gonna call it a fucking art because the art of wrestling. Okay, and these fools just decided to do a live art show, like right in front of it. And it was just like we watched it. I watched it. I was excited. I jumped off of like a barrier to like go watch it and get a nice.
Omar fucking got hella high. Like, what are you doing, man?
I was
Oh,
about to
I want to
swan.
catch this. I'm like, oh my
I'm about a
god.
swanton, bro. I was reporting for small package. Like it just.
Oh, but back to Mikey said something. But I did want to talk about the show that we went to, Omar Raw. We were way the fuck in the nosebleeds, and there was this lady that whenever there was like a pause in the chanting, like an older lady with her high pitched voice, fuck him up, Penta, fuck him up right now, and it was just It's madness, bro. But I think you guys are right. It's an opportunity to just kind of let loose and kind of cheer and kind of just scream and do the things that you see on TV. You were gonna say something, Omar?
Nah,
But I think
I,
Mikey has something to say.
I was
He says,
actually gonna bring up the what Mikey said. He said, "Nah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Y'all could call me delusional. My first wrestling event, I went to, we went and got floor seats. I was in elementary, and I'm convinced Cena saluted me. I wish I would have had a phone at the time, but damn, y'all, I left with the memory. You know what, Mikey? That salute was for fucking you. I don't fucking doubt it. The other day, Cody Rhodes pointed at Aaron and was like, fucking, I'm doing this for you.
Cena pointed at Mikey. Cody didn't point at your ass.
I believe it, bro. I think that's what happened.
We made eye
So,
contact while he pointed at me.
Yeah.
I think that back to the seats. I think if you're gonna go, you can get a good experience in the nosebleeds, and I think that's a really different experience. It's a good experience. I don't want to say it's rowdier, um, but I thought like lower seats, especially if you go with somebody and it's their first time, I think it's totally worth it, especially if you use the secret Aaron method that he's not going to disclose to anyone.
How tough was it though to get tickets?
I was stressing. Aaron was like, "I love this."
Bro was like adrenaline rush. That
I was
said,
like,
all right, bro, what shows did y'all go to recently? Like, where were they at? Like, and that, not only where were they at, how is it going to a live show? Like, walk me through the Friday and the Monday that you went, and what's it like traveling for both of you guys, the logistics, everything.
well, for me, man, I was kind of stressed out. But for me, it was kind of all last minute. If I was able to get a good seat, I was gonna go, and I was gonna take Alexa. For me, I wanted to make sure that she liked it. I wanted to make her feel safe and comfortable, and not feel intimidated by the moment. But man, it was just easy.
And
Going to get going
you went
to
to
Sacramento, to
Sacramento.
Raw in Sacramento. Yeah, it was just easy, man. You just hopped in the car, drove over there, bought parking ahead of time. Security was cool. You just walk in, go to your seat, sit down, enjoy
Yeah,
the show.
it's very easy to go to a wrestling show.
Very
It's
easy.
very easy, especially for me. I live 5 minutes away from the arena, so it's like I can leave pretty late and still get there on time. Like security is no big issue. Finding your seat is not that hard. It's very simple.
It's less chaotic, I think, than going to an NFL game or an NBA game, it feels like. Even though, like, I don't know, I just feel better. Like, I felt better this time going with Alexa.
And also very
Um,
safe.
yeah, I thought it was kind of safe. I mean, I wasn't the only dad there with his little daughter, so
And I think
yeah, I would say.
what I've liked
Go ahead.
too is just like not only is safe in the stadium, but also when you're walking up. Like usually walk up with a whole bunch of people going to the stadium at the same time. They're all still in wrestling gear in the parking lot too. Like it's pretty smooth, thing all throughout. I've never really had issues either. But for those that like haven't gone to like a live taping, like what's like kind of the behind the scenes, like what happens in between like commercial breaks and shit, like do you see any of that, like what do you guys do when they go off air, they're just kind of chilling.
I want Weather to
Uh,
answer this.
so there was this one thing when Becky Lynch was talking to Paul Heyman. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like Becky Lynch, the man, she was kind of giving Paul Heyman lip. Like we couldn't hear anything. And like La Primera and the other girl, they were just kind of like just chilling there for like 10 minutes. I thought, okay. I thought, I don't care about promos, man. And so it was just like, all right, you know, okay. But it's just, I mean, it goes by kind of fast. Like I didn't really grab my phone that much. There's plenty of entertainment going on. You're pretty engaged. I mean, pretty much everybody around me was still pretty engaged. So in between, like during commercial breaks, it's not really boring, I guess you could say. I mean, what do you think, Aaron?
No, well, like you said, it keeps you engaged even during, commercial breaks. Like they have, promos on the screen, they have ads, and then also there's also stuff going on in the ring, changing the mats or, cleaning something. Like you're always looking at something. You're not just sitting there while there's a commercial break. And
But
also
you're
like
sitting there. But you're
it's
sitting there.
yeah, it's cool to see like the behind the scenes of what goes, what it takes to, run a Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown.
But one thing I've always wondered was like, as a kid, and once I got older and I went with Omar to his first show, like, what happens after the match ends? Like, where do they go? You know, the good guys always leave like happily and they're celebrating, or the winner, you know. But then what happens to the loser? And then you get to see, you know, they kind of limp off and they kind of give somebody on the stand some lip or whatever, and they high five people and they limp. And then they go behind the curtain and away they go, you know. But the crowd keeps going, like the crowd keeps booing them. So just because the match is over for TV, for the TV audience, like you're still watching, because I would say the exit off the ring is also part of the show, you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
so that's also pretty interesting. You're like, whoa, you know, whoa. So
yeah,
yeah,
and it's dope. Did before I like start asking about the specifics of the matches, did y'all see any dark matches? And if y'all did, can y'all
yeah.
explain what a dark match is for people that have never watched one?
Go ahead, Aaron.
So a dark match usually happens after the show's over. They have some matches before the show, but those are taped and are shown on TV. But a dark match is a match that's only for the house, that only for the people in the arena. And for SmackDown, we had two after because SmackDown's only a 2 hour show. So we had, two other matches right after they went off TV. For Raw, now that's, it's a little bit longer, it's 2 hours and a half. There's, for the most part, they don't have dark matches after the show.
Mm,
But they do have shows, not shows, matches before
okay.
the they go live. But those are taped and shown on TV on a later day.
I actually didn't know that. I was wondering why, like, the Raw that I had gone to recently, they didn't have dark matches. But when I went to SmackDown up here in Sac, they had a pretty dope ass dark match where people
Yeah.
were going through tables and shit. It was cool. Um, but yeah,
I don't know why you fools like going through tables, but whatever.
what like if I wanted vessels, I'd watch a fucking novela, bro. Like like I want putazos. Even though I do think I've gotten that decent into wrestling, and that's how I've sold it. It's like, bro, it's like a novella. Like, there's drama here.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
there's layers to this. Like, you know,
It's a badly written novela as far
that's
as CM Punk and
what
Flair
the
goes.
novella is good. Tell me, like, have you ever like seen a novella and be like that, mwah, like, that.
Say that to my mom, fool, when she would go.
Shit, those them shits are crazy. But I feel like it's Lycan where it's like there's a twist just for the sake of twists. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just doing it. Like the same thing with wrestling. Like there's just a fucking heel turn. Well, speaking of which, what was the craziest thing that y'all fucking saw at these
Oh,
shows?
I know.
Yeah, Aaron, go.
Now, where to go first? No, I want where to go first.
At this show,
Yeah,
this weekend, or
yeah, the one that you guys went to. And how? What was like the crowd reaction? What was it like?
so the thing that caught me. So I wanted to note two things, and that's not the craziest thing, but I wanted to note two things. The reaction that CM Punk got, the reaction that Braun Breaker and yeah, like holy shit, like during that, you know, and then the reaction that Dominic Mysterio got. For me, those are the things I that stuck out to me. Um, with the Braun Breaker thing, you know, like just the reaction, everybody like tripping and everybody screaming on the top of their lungs, you know, like I remember like it was popping, like it was crazy. And then I remember that when Dominic was wrestling, like the entire people were like, I don't know if it was just my area, Aaron, our area, but
Just the whole arena.
yeah, just dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom. And the guy was like, Dirty Dom can do no wrong. The guy behind me, like, no, Dirty
He
Dom.
can't.
And he was like this old white guy. Dirty Dom, he's got everything right. He can do nothing wrong. And I'm like, at one
Yeah.
point, I was like, yeah, he can. You know?
Nah, bro's goaded.
And then CM Punk, like, I'm not even.
Bro didn't even have a match and had probably the biggest pop.
He just came
I
out
ain't
right
never.
for the battle royale.
He's on commentary, I think.
Well, what was the Braun Baker thing? What that it got a reaction? It was just him coming out and giving him the belt. Was that
There was the
And,
opening promo.
so?
and I
That
think they announced the battle royale. Didn't
that
they announce
that
the
was
battle royale
interesting.
there, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was
And so
interesting.
everybody was like, holy shit, tonight, tonight. And when they said the guy was like, tonight, everybody was like, yeah, like insanity, bro, like insanity, you know? Um, and then, and we can discuss this later. Why can't Triple K and the company provide a show like this every night? I thought it was fantastic.
Well,
I
like, do
thought it was
you?
one of the better shows I've seen. I thought it was good, you know?
Well, do you
But
think
Aaron,
how
oh, go
much
ahead.
is that? How much is that dedicated from you being there live? Because I didn't watch it alive, and I just watched it on the TV. And some of those promos for me were like, meh. Like to me, it wasn't one of the best shows that I've watched. I didn't watch the battle royale at the end because for, and I watched it at other times, but I wasn't a part of the live show, so I didn't get that. So that's interesting to me that that
Of
you all are
course.
saying that.
No, and then one other thing I want to point is AJ Styles and Dragon Lee winning was fucking like the crowd just fucking popped. What do you think, Aaron? What was the craziest thing for this from this show?
My craziest thing was it happened in San Jose. There was a Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre brawled a foot away from me, just straight up brawl. I'm like, cause like before their segment started, like there was like people cleaning the aisle right next to me, make sure it wasn't wet. I'm like, that's kind of weird. That's interesting. I wonder if something's gonna happen. And then you know, Drew comes out, gives a promo, and then Cody with his Cody promo, enough, and
Mhm.
and they just start brawling. And then at some point, Cody just throws McIntyre over the barricade, and he's like literally right there, like right next to me. And then Cody's just beating his ass. He grabs the lady's water bottle and just smashes it on his head. And then like they go like way like deeper into the arena. They're like fighting, and they come back to my aisle, and again they're right next to me, and just Cody just choking the shit out of Drew just like in front of my face. And I was like, damn, like I was
Bricked up
right,
over
like,
there.
yeah, I was bricked up like if I wanted to, I could have reached out and touched them, but like that's how close they were. But I wasn't gonna do that. But
And
that to me that was the craziest probably experience in any show I've been to.
check out our reel on our shorts. Aaron was a professional, and that's why he didn't touch him. Is because he was shooting, bro. Bro was working.
So what's the etiquette there? Like if they're close to you, like can you touch them? Like can you know, huh? Like
No,
what happens?
they have their security guards kind of back you away, and well, they beat the fuck out of each other, so you can't really touch them. But if you want to and you want to be an asshole, you can.
Do they kick you out if you touch or no?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, probably not worth it anyway. You don't want to piss these fucking guys off.
Yeah.
Number
Anyway.
one, they're sweaty as fuck, bro. Why would you want to touch them?
And number two, they're jacked. They're like they can fucking body slam your ass into the fucking trash can. You know. So yeah.
It could be like the
I
the shows in Mexico where they just fucking whip ass with the fans. They're just,
vergazos.
yeah.
But for me, man, like it was the crowd reaction, and I don't know if it was just my section, Aaron. I think it was the entire arena. Like when they announced the battle royale, and it was gonna be when the guy was like, and it's gonna be tonight. Like holy shit, and holy shit. And so like I think that actually set the bar, and like the vibes and the intensity of the crowd was really high. And then you have the Dragon Lee AJ Styles versus who was it?
The white,
Judgment Day.
Judge.
The Judgment Day, yeah. The reaction to that dub was insane. It was fucking crazy when AJ Styles like lined up his finisher and then he hit it and it was one, two. you know, and they hit it like the fucking entire everybody in my section got up, like everybody, and Alexa was like, "Dragon Lee one, yeah," you know, and so like I hadn't been to an arena like that got that kind of reaction for wrestling, like honestly,
Also, check out our short. Shout out to Waddle, the other live journalist. It's there, and shout out to our boy Mikey. He said, "I seen that short, good content. You know, we out here, small package, bro. We do our thing. So,
the
well,
outside.
we outside. That said, bro, I was bricked up. Like I asked like Aris during that match, bro. The Dragon Lee and the fucking like. Oh my god, I was like trying to eat dinner. Like I was fucking just jumping, bro. Like squealing like a little kid. That was just a fucking banger of a wrestling match. Like. I told Aris when I saw that like on the card, I was like, this is just gonna be a good match, bro. Like every single one of these guys could go. Like they're technical and like I know like all of them together. And I think I had told Aaron before, like this tag team division, like could cook if they just put two random guys together. Like just fucking put like AJ Steve, AJ Lee,
AJ Lee, yeah, AJ
yeah,
Dragon,
uh,
Dragon Styles.
Dragon just put Dragon Styles together and let them cook, and they're gonna have bangers with people. Like they're two good ass wrestlers that if you just let them put on a good show, they'll do it with anyone. And I think the same thing goes for Finn. Finn's underrated. And it was just I remember telling like Aris when I heard like the announcements of the battle royale and like when that match started opening up, like dude, they're gonna get a good ass show. Like this is a really really good card. And I think I had like 3 championship matches, right?
Yeah, which is super
Bro,
rare.
what? But that brings me into this next question, bro. I've been watching wrestling for a really long time, and do you all think they just show out for California? Like they usually book California really, really well, and do you think like that has a lot to do with it? Do you think California fans just fucking bring it? And Aaron, you've had the privilege of fucking traveling and being a part of different crowds, throughout the world. So like, how does I guess my question is how does Sacramento and San Jose pair up as a crowd to the other ones that you've been to? Like, is it up there?
Well, I've said this, like I when I went to Raw in January in San Jose. San Jose is one of the loudest crowds I've heard, and Sacramento's up there now too. Like like Wedo said when they announced the battle royal, bro, the fucking arena went crazy. Like I recorded it. I even posted on our page because how crazy the reaction was. So I think I don't want to say they're the best, because we live in California, but like I feel like we're the loudest because I've been everywhere. I've been in New York, Texas,
Canada.
Vegas, Canada. Like I feel like California fans are, in my opinion, one of the loudest ones.
Well, I think that yeah, man, it was insane. Like the reaction, like and like the vibe of the entire show was like that. Like that the announcement of the battle royale got the energy up here, and it stayed up here because of the matches. You know, I think it was did Dom fight too?
Yeah,
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
and that he
That's
was
what
in
they.
the
I was
battle
like, who you
royale
gonna
too.
roll? Dude, like the guys behind me, it wasn't even just that guy. Like the entire row behind me, they were just gushing about Dom. Like, oh my
Come
God, he's so
on, bro.
over. He's so over. Oh my God. And anything he would do, people would be like, yeah. And you guys remember that SpongeBob thing when SpongeBob was like, when Squidward wanted hella praise and he would perform and
Yeah.
nobody would cheer? And then SpongeBob would come out with a broom and everybody would be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's how it was with Dom, dude. Like, everybody was just like, like just Alexa, it took her 2 seconds. Dirty, dirty Dom, dirty Dom, and it was the entire arena doing it. Like, it was just, um, I didn't I don't want to say I didn't expect it, but I'm glad I got to see it. I'm glad I got to see that kind of reaction over him. And I'm interested to see what comes next. I'm interested to see what comes next with him.
Money in the Bank,
Um,
future world title, all of it. Just give him all the gold, baby. Give him all the gold.
no,
Come on
no,
now.
no, I
Come
want to back up
on.
because earlier you said I was bricked up when they announced it. You could even ask Aris.
That's what further confirmation do you need?
Yeah.
What better?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, straight from the fucking source, straight from someone that has consent to check. Okay, all right.
Say that again.
And y'all heard it. I
Somebody
don't.
that has consent to check.
Yeah, y'all heard it. We at Small Package Wrestling are people that practice that type of thing. That fucking said, bro, I think wrestling fans also do, and I think it's just one of the coolest things about going to a live show. It's just how respectful, and I'm glad that you all are talking about it because I think that's one thing that I spoke about. Like, I hated Las Vegas, but I loved the wrestling crowd. Like I loved being a part of the wrestling community and WrestleMania and that whole fucking universe. And I think being able to go to these live shows, and when I went to Sacramento, you know, when I've gone with Aaron to San Jose, like it's always been that. So shout out and. Shout out, Mikey says, "Pinche Omar se pasa." You know, we out here, we outside. But point is, how was the battle royale, bro? Like, how was the crowd? Like, how was that as a main event? Do you guys think that was a good main event?
Aaron, go ahead.
I fucking loved it. You know, it's not every day you see a battle royal. You know, we see it once a year at the Royal Rumble, but you know, having a battle royal at a Monday Night Raw as a main event for a number one contender for the championship is again, it gets the people going. Like, you know, we were excited from the beginning, and we were just waiting for that match. And when fucking first of all, when Jey Uso came out, the Usos,
Yeah.
how fucking loud that was, which like which I don't get because you know he gets so much hate online, but you know you go to a show, you know, the whole fucking arena's eating. I don't get it.
It's
Anyways, you know, and after he won too, like bro, I saw grown men jumping in their seat, you know,
Yeah.
bro, like it was just a good match.
I thought that it was really cool because of the entrances. Alexa, and this is what I wanted to ask you guys next. What it was to be a fan as a kid, you know what I mean? And I wanted to talk to you guys about. Let me write my notes down.
hold on. Let's use that little break to say I also forgot a comment from Mikey, and I agree. The Bay is different, bro. We the littest. Shout out.
Shout out to
I,
Bay.
I like how y'all like just could not resist, you know, like agreeing, like
We're
you're like
lit.
yeah, you're right,
What you
you're
gonna
right,
do?
you're
He's
right,
right. He's not wrong.
yeah, he's not wrong.
So I like the entrances a lot. I like that Alexa got to see the entrances. She wanted to see the Penta entrance, and she got really juiced with it, you know. Um, I wanted to talk about El Grande Americano. I feel like the perception of him has changed, and I don't know if it's because it's what's his name, Not Gunther, but
Ludwig,
nobody
Uh,
misses Gunther, by the way. But what's his name?
Kaiser,
Kaiser. Was it the
Kaiser,
name?
Ludwig
Kaiser,
Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig, yeah, Ludwig. Like I don't know, like he's not a prick, you know what I mean? Like he actually tries to speak Spanish and stuff. So I don't know, but Alexa, that fool got a pop too. Um, he's more of a buffoon now, you know, but
Bro, people
he's
love
actually a
him,
good
bro.
wrestler.
He
Yeah,
hears pops in Mexico, bro. Like they love him more than Vikingo. It's
and that's what I
crazy.
don't understand. Like why, you know, why? Like this guy's not supposed. This guy's supposed to offend you. Wrestling fans are like, yeah. You
I think
know?
that's like the kind of brilliance in an interesting way of like the Mexican fans and like falling in love with El Grande is just like, you know, you're gonna try to offend us and it's like nah, we're just gonna laugh and enjoy
Fuck
it.
you, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, fuck
we're gonna
you.
enjoy it more than you.
Like he's gonna be one of us now, bro. Like this guy, you know, like is the homie now. So
That's what cracks me up when he's like talking shit in Spanish during his match. You know, fucking. He's just like again, like he's just funny. Like and
And
during
I want
like
and
he was like,
oh,
cause he was giving a promo like during the commercial break. Like he was like right here, like in front of me. Like I went up to him, like recorded the whole promo.
well, like I wanted to say Omar before. Don't lose that thought. Uh, People would tap Alexa on the shoulder and say, "Hey, look, El Grande Americano, he's right there." Like people would say, like, "Hey, look, like this person's coming out over here. Look over there." Like that, the friend going back to that, you know, the community, as our cousin likes to say. Omar, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think you know I still hate the whole idea. I could go off on 5 minutes on the whole Grande Americano and how it's why a racist thing. But I think why people are more okay with Ludwig and Kaiser doing it is because he somewhat pays homage to the culture. He speaks Spanish. He, is like doing these, like, things with America, or like, different, like, and he's tapping in with the crowd. He's not antagonizing the crowd. He's inviting that love, which to me, and I feel like they've also gotten rid of the fucking crappy AI, like, the Gulf of America, those things that they're really trying to hop on off, which is to me why a lot of people are gravitating towards it, and why it's leaning more towards funny than it is towards racist, even though I'm still not a fucking fan.
Yeah, but the pop was pretty crazy. I thought that the match itself, I thought it had some really good spots. I thought that I didn't expect to see the LA Knight reaction. I don't know anything about LA Knight. I don't. I don't. I have asked you guys, like, what's the score with LA Knight? I don't know anything about him. And for me, like, the reaction that he got kind of tripped me out, with the whole yeah. I still don't know where it came from, but like when like he would punch somebody, people would go yeah, right? And then it was just I didn't expect that, but I thought that the battle royale had some really good spots, and I really liked that it was Dom in the end, and I really liked the finish. I really thought that that's how it needed to end. Um, I actually thought LA Knight might take it. The people behind me were thinking LA Knight. I was going for Dom, The other person didn't think so. Like there was a person over here who's like, nah, it's not gonna be Dom. And it's crazy how you can have a conversation with somebody and not look at somebody. I think it's gonna be LA Knight. No, I think it's gonna be this guy. No, I think it's gonna be now that I think about it. But yeah, man, I thought the ending was really cool. And you're right, Aaron. When this guy came out, it was insane. But then when the match ended, like the pop was just the pop. I mean, Alexa was she was standing on the seat. People she couldn't see. She stood on the seat, and then finally I picked her up and I was holding her, and she couldn't stop. She couldn't stop. And so
I,
I thought it was a really good match. Go ahead.
so that to me like begs the question. As me and Aaron know, like the hate for Jay online is fucking insane. Like
It's insane,
it's
bro.
crazy. Like apparently, like a
Make up your
lot.
minds, people.
Serious, like I don't get it, but and I think it's like similar to the John Cena hate and love that people have.
But
Uh, uh,
I hate on Cena.
see, but like I feel like it's what I'm trying to say is, do you all think that was the right choice? Like, are you and what side are you? Are you a Jey Uso hater, or are you a Jey Uso yeeter? I like that one. I did not plan that
Aaron,
one.
go ahead.
I'm a huge eater. The reason I'm a big eater is because everybody was fucking glazing him before he won the IC title. Like, bro, why is he not the Intercontinental Champion? Oh, put the strap on him. Oh, he wins it and then he loses the next week and people were pissed. Oh, why is he not champion? This guy's so over. Put a title on him. And then like, oh, he should be in the main event. He should be world champion. He wins the Rumble to have an opportunity to fight for the world championship, and people like they just switch up. Like, y'all wanted this, and then you got it, and now you don't want it. Like, I just don't get. I don't get the internet. I just don't.
So Aaron, to his credit, he's been consistent. He's been consistent. He's been questioning people about their position on Jey Uso since last year. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so Aaron's been right there. Like he's been consistent. Um, I did want to say something about the hate that Jey Uso gets online compared to the reaction that he gets. Maybe you guys were expecting him to get kind of the Vikingo reaction, El Hijo del Vikingo, based on the online hate. I wanted to say to you guys, online is not the real life. Not everybody lives online.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody gets their information online. Not everybody posts online. Some people are just like, I'm not on Twitter, wrestling Twitter. I'm not on the wrestling subreddit. I'm not on the wrestling anything. I just watch the shows and that's it. And I talk to you guys and I talk shit about CM Punk and John Cena, rightfully so. Um, so it's different. Like just because a niche or a subsection of wrestling fans might be toxic towards somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else is, as you guys have seen. Do I think I'm not mad at the result? I feel like with the kind of reaction this guy's getting, the kind of matches he's been putting on, I think that I think he's okay. I think he's all right. I think he should get another shot. So he's gonna go against Seth Rollins.
CM Punk. Rollins is out with an injury.
Which other a lot of people are also mad about because it's like they don't want a CM Punk and Jey Uso match. So, what do you think about that? Well, to ask the
Again, like people love Punk, but like you're mad he's in the title match. Like I just don't get it. Those same people who are glazing Jay online that he needs a title are the same ones who are fucking talking shit now. Like I just don't get it.
But I appreciated what Weddle said, and that's important to remind the fucking world that online is not reality. The only true medium for wrestling truth that you could have is small package wrestling. That get us for the truth, get us for
Straight
good,
facts, B.
yeah, straight facts, good journalism. Know what I'm saying? Straight
Subscribe, follow.
subscribe, all of that. Okay, all right, and we are
Follow us on TikTok, on YouTube, on IG.
all of that shit.
What do so what do I think about y'all know y'all know how I feel about CM Punk. I don't want to see him wrestle. I don't.
But what about Jay?
Jay, I want to see him wrestle.
Oh, okay.
I kind of Aaron brought up a good point last time that that Jey Uso still isn't to the point where he can put somebody over yet. And notice how I said the word over, like I know what it means. You
You
know?
learning? There we
But
go.
but Jey Uso, and I kind of agree. I don't know if Jay, I don't know if I thought that if Jey Uso is to the point where he can put somebody over yet. And I kind of felt like maybe he can after the Battle Royal. The way he won, he was the biggest star in that ring. He was. And there was Dom, there was Penta in there, there was LA Knight. Um, he's there. I don't know if his performances in ring have stepped up or if they stepped up enough consistently. But after that match, I thought, you know what? Like, okay, I wonder if he's finally gotten there. But what do you think, Aaron?
And I've said this in the past. Someone's first title run, it's not the best. You know, uh, Cena's wasn't the best. Edge wasn't their best. So your first title run doesn't, you know, cement who you are. It's like winning multiple ones. Getting better in the ring, get better promos. That's how you become the main event. So do I think Jey Uso is there? He's there. You just gotta give him time and a chance. You know, maybe I personally don't think he's gonna win Saturday, but I wouldn't be mad if he does.
That was gonna be my next question: is who y'all got for this Saturday? I honestly think CM Punk is probably gonna win. But uh, I, I would love to see the explosion of people if Jay wins.
Oh yeah.
I would be so. Honestly, I'd be okay with that. But what about you, Oda? Who do you think? Let's. I'll do
Y'all know.
the two questions here. Who do you think's winning, and what do you think of CM Punk? We don't know. The people that doesn't know your opinion of this guy at all. Let us know what you think.
I hope that Jey Uso wins just because I'm tired of CM Punk. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of him. Him and Cena. I'll lump them in together. They could just go away, and be sorry somewhere else. Now, I do want to say something about CM Punk. The people behind me, they were huge CM Punk fans. Pretty much everybody in the fucking section.
Arena.
Arena. They said they couldn't wait to get home so they can listen to what CM Punk was saying on the mic.
Hmm.
I thought, why? Can
I'll tell
somebody
you
answer
why.
that?
I'll tell you why. Because he's one of the best wrestlers on the mic. Everything he says means something. Everything he says has a meaning. Everything he says is really good. So that's why people care what he says. That's why that person said, "Oh, I want to hear what he said on commentary," because
Hmm.
people
I
people
can't
care.
wait. I
People
can't wait to
care.
get home. And I just thought,
People
why?
like
I don't know.
people like promos.
Uh, and I would say like I was not a CM Punk guy until I there was a specific promo that he cut, and I was like, okay, this guy could go. Like it makes me want to watch a match if this guy cuts a quick promo. But also like I like his promos because like Aaron said, he's not just. I feel like Seth Rollins has an issue sometimes where he just goes in there and just says stuff with the promo. Like he just is saying the same stuff over and over again. But CM Punk, like he'll throw jabs with every single word that he's doing, you know, and like little like petty comments, little things. Like he'll come for everyone, and I think that's what makes CM Punk a CM Punk promo better than a promo with LA Knight. Like he did a promo with LA Knight and he just fucking cooked them. Like LA Knight hits his little catchphrases and he's like, yeah, but you know, like yeah, everyone does it. But CM Punk doesn't need that. He could just, as you would say, Waddle, he has the gift of gab. He has the ability to just get in there and talk shit. And it doesn't have to be in a specific style. It doesn't have to be in a specific cadence. It's just him talking and his persona in himself. And I think that genuineness, like in his wrestling character, like shines through. Like who he is who he is as a wrestler. And I think that's there. Like, and I think almost every wrestler that I've heard, like behind the scenes, they talk about like what makes them successful, and it's just them tapping into themselves times 100, times 10. I think that's who CM Punk is. Like, he's straight edge. He's all of these things. He's the shit that he talks about, except for when he sold out to where he recently went to. I think he went to Crown Jewel and sold out and all of that stuff. And you know the crowd let him have it. But previously, prior to that, like he usually stood up to what he stood like what he's talked about. You know.
I've seen him cook The Rock on the mic. The Rock, one of the best on the mic, went toe to toe with The Rock and flamed him. That's how you know he's one of the best on the mic.
It, and that's why like I've seen him do it 20 years ago, you know, like or however long it was in 2010, and I seen them do it again recently, like when he just fucking called The Rock a bald fraud or some shit like that, which I appreciate. I love that insult. It's one of the top 10. Shout out Pep Guardiolas, and also shout out to all the bald people out here. No disrespect to y'all, you know. Yeah.
Mikey says, no matter what Gwex does to alter his appearance, CM Punk is your twin, my boy.
No, this is.
Talk about getting flamed on the mic. Shout out Young Hennessy, my boy. Shout
Shut
out
up.
Young Hennessy, man.
We gotta get you back on here again, Eddie.
Yeah, man. God damn it, man. Yeah, but I think for me, man, what's more important for me, and y'all know this, the mic or wrestling? For me, I would say 90% is wrestling, 10% is the mic, and I'm being generous. So to me, all I watch is your show, your wrestling. And for me, CM Punk hasn't impressed me. I don't know if he's always been this sorry. I'm thinking he has, but his stuff in the ring is not that good, like for me. So it doesn't matter. Like he can cut 20,000 good promos, but it doesn't matter. Like if he's gonna suck as a wrestler, like if he's not gonna put on a good show, because you could be a sorry wrestler and still put on a good show.
And I would argue that,
This
like,
this guy doesn't either. Like
no,
Cena.
he, we've both watched matches where he's put on it, and I feel like it depends on who he's going with, and I will blame who he's tangled with. Like recent, like Gunther, I think that Gunther match with him was not good personally, even though the online
It was
chatter says
weak.
it's hecka good. It's that it just to me that was on Gunther. Like, but if you put CM Punk with a guy like Seth Rollins, or even the Cena match itself, like was they were slower, But that I feel like that was slower because Cena's slow. Like like you give CM Punk a match with a guy like Rollins, even a guy like Penta, like those type of guys. I think he could go, and he's not at the sorry level, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a huge Cena fan, but CM Punk is levels above Cena in the ring. Like, I think that's like anyone would say that. When they're in their prime and when they're like even now. And I think like that doesn't do those examples doesn't give CM Punk a lot of justice. And I'm excited to hopefully see him tango with some guys that could actually go. And I'm hoping Jay and him could actually have a really good match because I actually think Jay could go inside the ring, and I enjoy all of his matches that I watch. Like I just rewatched Gunther versus Jay when he won the championship. Like he made Gunther look good. Like that was a good match. And like I don't know.
Does anybody miss Gunther? Can you do a poll? Can you ask? Nobody misses Gunther.
I can't wait till he comes back.
Oh, he's
Yes, sir.
gone.
We'll be back real
I
soon.
didn't.
Don't even
Yeah,
I
tweet
didn't even
us
know
for
he
sure.
was
It's not his
gone.
last match.
I can't wait he comes back.
Where's he at? He got like injured fighting McAfee or something. Like what happened? Like McAfee did a backflip too hard on him or something. Like what's going on? Like
Yeah, he's got a broken nose. He's recuperating. He's doing rehab, but he'll be back.
Nobody
Back
misses
in the
him.
title
he
scene.
better lose that fucking trench coat, and he better lose that fucking whack ass ring
I hope he
general.
I hope he comes back with a longer trench
Oh
coat.
my god.
And it drags on the ground now.
Yeah, and drag us on the ground.
Bro's gonna think like a
Hey,
bad man.
so with this main event, is it this weekend or what is it this
Yeah,
weekend?
it's this Saturday. Yeah,
What is it? What is it called?
Saturday night's main event. It's their
Okay,
monthly special.
okay. What do you guys think about ESPN doing on no WWE on ESPN and like that shit? Like
Uh,
where we don't have access to like because you already have to subscribe to ESPN, and then you have to get an additional ESPN, and the PLEs used to be on Peacock, and that's when I started getting into them more. But now are they pivoting back to the ESPN? Like, what are they doing? What's happening? I'm confused.
Look, I haven't tried to figure it out because Stephanie McMahon told me to get a VPN or pirate, so I'm doing it. I like that. Fuck it, bro. Let's.
You're not doing it, but
Yeah. Actually, I'm not doing it. That's not what's happening. I follow all legal things to watch all of my content.
I mean, to me, like I'm not paying extra. I just have to sign in with my TV provider, and I'm in. So I'm not really complaining about paying
for,
$30 because I'm
for the
not.
ESPN thing or no?
Yeah, I just sign in with you. You just sign in with your TV provider, and you don't have to pay anything.
Free regular ESPN?
Your TV provider sign in with your to ESPN.
Yeah, I have that, and I'm not.
Sign in with your TV provider, and you're in.
I try to watch it on the ESPN app, and I have the app, and I have like ESPN, and I couldn't watch it.
No,
They
they
said
just,
I had to subscribe to something else, like unlimited or something.
Well, this goes to me a grander question that Aaron, I know who you know who Maven is. What do you know who Maven is? Do you remember? Does that
Yeah,
name ring a bell? Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out. He just did a video talking about what's wrong with WWE, and he just talked about how it's all corporate now. Like it's all like that. Like it's all shuttered in partnerships. Everything on the ring. Like, does that turn you off? It turns me off. I haven't been watching as much content as before. Like, do you think that's gonna have an impact on the WWE, like the fans and shit? And does it have an impact with you? Because I don't watch it as consistently anymore, and even like, you know, it switching from Peacock to Netflix. Like, I still watch more stuff on Peacock than I do on Netflix because of like how on Peacock, like how they have like all of the different WrestleManias, all the different like the different libraries and all of that shit. So I don't know. It's just to me, it's annoying how corporate they're making this, and it kind of takes away from just wrestling, bro. Like I don't care about your Slim Jims. I don't care about your fucking Fireball ladder. Like, I just want to see good wrestling. I don't care about Prime. Get your nasty ass drink out of here.
For me, man, it's just convenience and accessibility. Like I already have cable, I already have a bunch of channels, and I have a couple of things that I'm subscribed to, and I have to subscribe to something else. I'm not gonna do it, you know? I'm not gonna do it. And so for me, like it's that. It's just the lack of if it becomes too inconvenient, then it's just gonna be like, okay, like and I feel like that's what's happening. Like and maybe that's my bad. I need to figure out how to navigate it. Maybe I just need to log in with my TV provider and there it is, you know? But um I don't mind the ads in the world we live in. Everything's an ad, you know. So it sucks that we don't have ad blocker in real life. But yeah, what do you think, Aaron?
I mean, I can see why people don't, want to subscribe and pay $30, but back then pay-per-views were like $60, $70. I couldn't watch those. So to me, paying $30, it's a lot of money, but it's not compared to 70, $60 a month.
A month?
Yeah,
$70 a month?
For
back
a
then
POV.
pay-per-views, yeah,
Oh, what about now? It's $30 for what?
well, for the
A month?
ESPN is $30. But again, if you just sign in with your TV provider on the ESPN, you should be able to watch it with no additional cost.
Okay, well, maybe I'll do that then. Now, I did want to ask you guys, and we're running out of time here. I had my first wrestling match with Alexa, and she was really big about the introduction, about the entrances, and putting the song. And she would go to the iPad and she would put the song, and she would do the whole thing and stuff.
She knows the name of the songs. I remember you asked her like, "Hey, what's Dirty Dom's entrance song?" And she said the same. My time is now, like the exact name of the song. And I was
I
like,
didn't even know that.
"Yeah, no, she's
And
brilliant." Yeah.
she's into it, but like I know that when you guys were growing up, there were no iPads, So like,
Hell no.
so how would you guys describe your wrestling matches to me? Because I
I,
started paying attention to that, like your wrestling matches as kids. What was that like?
I,
I'll let
Like,
I,
walk me through.
I'll let
I,
Aaron
was,
cook first.
I was thinking about this the other day because I don't know who I was telling my girl or my sister, like, I built a ring in my backyard, like a ring to wrestle in, and I build a ramp, I built a stage, and I remember my dad had one of the first iPod, the one that he did with the circle thing. It was like a big
Yeah.
block too, and I remember he gave it. I don't know if it was to you, Wedo, or to Betty, and just filled it with wrestling songs.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I don't know how many wrestling songs, but that iPod was full of wrestling songs. I remember I would connect it to a speaker, to speakers, and I would have it like on my my stage, and I would just like put it full blast. I would walk down the ramp. Me and Mick had a ladder match. I don't know if he remembers in that ring.
I've heard legends.
Who won?
I don't remember. I remember laying down a ladder, and I think either him or me were laying on the ladder, and I fucking came from the fucking top and just fucking hit an elbow. But yeah,
So
that
like,
that was my wrestling as a kid.
but was it everything? Like, was it the entire? Was it the entrance? Because Alexa's pretty adamant. She wants to do the entrance.
Yeah,
She wants the yeet,
you need
and
the
she wants to do the
entrance.
Rhea Ripley and the
Mm-hmm.
stomp. And she wants to do the Io Sky, and she wants to make sure that it's done, and she wants to play the song. And so, is it that? Is it like? Go ahead, guys.
It's like, and another example with my goat Mick. We have. I don't know if this video still exists, but me and Mick used to come in as DX, as the tag team. Like we, practice this, and like we would literally walk in from the room and turn the lights off, and ask my sister to record and all of that, and like that's what it was about. And me and Aaron had the same exact beginning. Like I was actually just thinking about this because I was writing about this. It's like music for me is always been that little like iPod shuffle, or like that little something that I've always had where I just plug headphones in and I'm listening to wrestling music, or I'm listening to like old rock shit that I used to find on SmackDown versus Raw, or stuff that you uploaded. And even to this day, like when I play the wrestling video games that I talk about all the time, like I have to do the entrances. Like if it's a big match, like if I'm like if fantasy booking
It's a
in my
video
head.
game,
No,
Omar.
bro, no,
It's a
no,
video.
no, no. It's the same thing. I was actually telling this to Aris, like, cause she was watching me, and I was like playing the music on my phone, like like sometimes I play it on my speakers, and I have my own entrance music as my creative wrestler. My son Iker, who's multiple time world champion and a legacy obviously in the WWE.
60 days in.
60 days in is already a world champion in the video game. Like I to this
So
day still do that, and I think that's like the pageantry of wrestling, and that that entrance is, and even the movement of that is of when you go into wrestling and you're doing the moves and the match itself, like that's what it's about, you know, like that beauty of that.
Even to this day, like I just one time want to feel what it feels like walking out in front of thousands of people cheering you. I just want that feeling. I think the closest thing I've had was at WrestleMania. They have this WWE World, so they have like a good sized stage where you can choose a song and it plays the the screen that has the song, has the lights, and there's people watching that acts like the crowd. Like I remember, I came out to the Cody Rhodes theme song, and I did the whole all this shit, and you had to stomp on the floor and the whoa, and the whole crowd did it with me. It's just part of wrestling. Like it's not just the moves, it's not just the promos, it's the entrance, the music, it's how you connect with people and make fans.
I mean, she was so stuck on that, and our first wrestling match, she was kind of rough, and she thought I was gonna. I tried to say, okay, baby, let me throw you, let me body slam you. She's like, no, you're gonna hurt me. No, I'm gonna, do it softly, But then I remember that maybe she didn't feel like we finished that match, and she kind of got, the hang of it. But then I remember that Omar used to have a teddy bear that he used to wrestle with. Oh my God, what a maneuver, And I don't know if Aaron had one, you know.
I still have it.
Uh,
I, I
and I don't know if Young Hennessy had one, but Alexa has one, and it's Mrs. Elephant, and also known as Nia Jax. But
That's crazy.
oh yo,
but like when she did that, like and then Alexa developed the finisher, She developed the finisher, and it was like jumping off the corner on. It's like who does that? Where they stomp in the stomach? Who is it?
the coup de grace Finn Balor. It's Finn.
No, it's the lady. It's the guy that jumps from the top rope and stomps on their stomach
Yeah, it's
with his
Finn.
feet.
It's Finn
Oh,
Balor.
Finn,
The
Finn,
coup.
yeah, yeah, Finn. And she does it with her knees, and but then
Jeez.
but then like she wants to have near falls.
See, there
Like
we go.
they want them to do a move on her, and then she wants me to count, and then she wants to kick out, and then when she kicks out, she wants me to go two, and everybody
This,
goes two, So it's pretty interesting, like trying to remember what it is that I looked for when I would wrestle, but then I was trying to remember how you guys would wrestle to try to make the experience better for her. Like
uh,
it's pretty
uh,
interesting. Like,
well, like,
go
and
ahead.
you're getting onto it. Like, there's a psychology to it. Like, and I was actually talking to Alice about it. It's like when me and Aaron used to have matches, or me and Mick used to have matches. Like, we had an innate understanding of what it was that made a good wrestling match. Like, the near falls. Like, me and Aaron loved dirty weapons, or just like fucking. Me and Mick specifically would just have low blow offs where we would just fucking bah, bah, low blows for like nonstop, bro. But like, there's certain things that you see in a match that you want to recreate. Like, I remember in like at our house, like I remember that dresser, that fucking big ass dresser that my parents had, little with the glass, and I had the bed right
Yeah.
there. I used to jump off of the fucking dresser onto the bed, and like like that to me, like I grew up seeing Jeff Hardy, like fucking like Matt Hardy, like all these guys off the top rope, like and for me, like it's exactly right. You develop your own style. You develop what you like in a wrestling match. You develop your own finisher. Like mine was the sharpshooter. Like Mick knows, and Aaron probably knows that my sharpshooter is a little different because I sit on your ass. I would literally just sit on you as we did the sharpshooter. And I've mentioned it. Like Mick's finisher was the fucking tickle lock, and we've talked about this, and in
Right.
like different times. And we would have the tickle lock challenge, different things. And back in the day, it was
What
like
about yours, Aaron? What was your finisher?
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine was a super kick, switching music.
Like,
Or
how much did
or
you guys think about it? Like, it's insane to me. Like, because I'm trying to get. I don't remember what it was
oh,
like. I remember it, but like,
all the time, like bro, and even now, like there's at my job, there's a giant, you remember my bear, that the one that I had, like there's a giant version of that. I keep on telling my coworkers, like, I need to super kick this, like, bro, and I sent it on the group chat. It's like, bro, one like and I'm fucking RKOing this, like, like I don't care. even as a martial artist, like in the regular like life, like I would be like, all right, what would happen if I hit this fool with the, like a RKO, or like recently when I started watching wrestling, it's like the curb stomp was one of the moves that I'm like, okay, like what if this fool just curb stomps me, or what if I get curb stomped? Like it's weird how that works. Like you're just constantly thinking about it.
Mikey says, bro, if y'all can find that recording Betty took would be fire content.
Seriously, bro.
So like, one of the things is like, how old were you guys when you guys understood the concept of selling?
I think
Because I
I'd say it was right away.
right away, and
I
we used to sell like
right
that. We understood to make each other look strong, but like we sold. Like I never no sold one of Aaron's or Mick's fucking moves. Like I was fucking getting hurt. Like I would stumble. Like I would fucking, like.
Bro, I remember wrestling in the living room, and I remember I was on top of the couch, and they did one of those fucking Sabu leg drops from the fucking top of the couch onto the floor, and it didn't hurt, but I was like, ah. And I remember my dad was like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, bro, I'm fine. I'm just
relax, I'm a
wrestling.
pro.
Yeah,
Relax. I'm
bro, it's part
selling.
of the show. Yeah, let me cook.
Come
But like
on.
as a young age, we understood what wrestling was without knowing it was all like an act, you know?
like, like with Alexa, like the first match was kind of like, because she thought she wanted to punch, and she was trying to punch her way. But then it's like, no, baby, like, but I didn't explain it to her. But then one time I said, because she wouldn't let me body slam her, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna body slam you. I'm gonna do it softly, but you have to pretend it hurts, okay? And then like I body slammed her, and then she went, ah, you know. And then I thought, like how like, damn, she picked it up quick. Is that how quick you pick it up? So apparently it is. So
Yeah.
she understands the concept of selling. She doesn't like losing, so she has to learn how to sell. But she likes the near falls, the two, and then she really likes the finishing. The finisher, the pinning, and then getting up and just wanting the fucking the adoration and the fucking screaming of the crowd. And she puts on her glasses, the yeet glasses, and her belt, and then she's like, play the song, Dad, play the song. It's like, "All right." Yeah, so like it's just it was interesting. So we've had a couple of matches. We haven't had our main event yet, but yeah, man, it's an interesting experience. I didn't expect her to like it this way, but I'm rolling with it, man. She likes it, so
The
you
first
know.
thing she
That's the
told me when I saw her, it's like, I pinned my dad. I'm like, yeah, you did. I'm glad. Shut up. He's a quick pin. Oh, no, I'm joking.
Nah, I'm gonna try to make our next match a little hard. I was trying to kind of show her the rules.
It was a quick little
And then the
squash
next one,
match.
I was being kind of dirty a little bit. I would get up and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody would boo me. Boo, boo, and she would be like, ah, she would jump on me. Yeah, so me, I like being the heel.
That's the way to do
Yeah,
it.
so it was interesting, man. It was just like I guess it was a good experience for me taking her and kind of reliving all of those things that I didn't think I would have to do again. Right? I didn't say I didn't think that I would have to do again, things that I didn't consider. And there I was, and she wanted to do a wrestling match, and it was her idea. But I kind of went along with it, and she wanted the whole fucking thing. And then I started thinking about you guys and how you guys would wrestle and your teddy bears and stuff like that. So
I mean, it's in our blood. Yeah?
Me
Like
and
it's part of our family.
it is, so it makes sense that
apparently,
that Alexa, wants to do it, and one day she'll probably throw hands with Ikit, and all
and
of that, and
Giannis,
Giannis,
yeah,
and that they'll have a nice little match. And I think for me, like I was telling, also my coworker and Aldis, it's like uh, every time I was with Aaron, every time I was with Mick, we were wrestling. But like we never fought. Like we never got angry at each other. Like we never actually fought. It was just wrestling. Like it was just art. Like we would have dirty, crazy matches. Like at Aaron's house, I could remember specifically how many weapons I loved Aaron's house specifically because he would have so many toys that we would just grab and just whack each other with, and it was like these crazy things like we would go from inside of the living room to outside the backyard and just fucking keep it going. Like he had ladders, he had different things, like
Real ladders.
real ladder, bro, real shit. Like, know what I'm saying? Or like in my
was
house,
this
like,
was this ever like just a regular match in the ring with no weapons?
what do you think this was?
What is this?
What do
What
you
is-
What kind of question is that?
what
A
and then
clean match? What is that?
what is this? Like no, and then even like in the same, like not even like in my at my parents' house, like that was a ladder match. Like we had a fan, a overhead fan.
I remember.
You remember those shits? Like, and how we would hang the belts on the overhead fan, and our
That's
ladder
what the
was
fuck you guys were doing?
yeah, and we would literally stack these pillows like this, so quick, hella, and we would just stack them, and then to try to grab the fucking ladder, like the belt up there, like that. That's literally what we would do, and like I had the privilege of teaching Alexa that. Or one time when she was jumping on those couches, I was like, "Hey Alexa, take those off. You can use them, and jump on them around. They're also really good steel steps, really good
Hmm.
weapons, really good things to throw at each other. Like there's a lot to do.
Yeah, man, it's pretty interesting, man. So I wanted to talk to you guys about these experiences and maybe take you guys down memory lane, a little bit and relive the crazy PLEs that you guys had, the crazy battles. Shout out to Young Hennessy, man, for helping you guys and helping shape you guys' wrestling abilities and matches and partaking.
And you filled our iPods and Bethy with LimeWire fucking music and like all of that
It was
shit
all legally obtained.
obtained through iTunes. Like that was those iPods. I remember like literally like getting ready for my taekwondo match, just listening to WWE music, like and listening to these entrances. So like when Alexa knew the name of the songs, I was like, I know where you're at. Like I was there. Like I was literally me when I was your age. Like when she got the Yeet glasses, when she got the belt. Like there's nothing better than getting your own fucking replica belt and fucking waving that after you win, like and all of that. Like so, I'm glad that she's able to do that shit. It's dope.
Everybody, everybody was giving her props. That's a really cool belt. That's a really cool belt. And there's a guy, a couple of seats down. He had I don't know the name of the belt, man. But he was like, "You want to touch this belt?" And she touched it. And then she saw your spinner belt, Aaron. And she's like, "Daddy, I want that one." And I said, "Well, your Tiaron has one." But funny story, and I'll be brief. I took her to the store, and actually, the guys behind us told us when to go. He's like, "Dude, like, we just went to the store. If you want to take your daughter, now's the time." So we went. There was like no line. We get to the front, and she says, "Hey, Dad, I want the glasses." And then she said, "No, I don't want the glasses because they don't say yeet." I guess she wanted them to say yeet. I'm like,
Oh yeah. I think none of them do.
they say yeet on the side. And then she said, "Okay, Dad, I want the glasses." And then I said, "Okay." She wants the glasses to the person. And then she said, "And I want the championship belt." And I said, "Okay." And the championship belt. And then the lady goes over there, and then she stops, and then she says, "Which one? The $650 or the $35 one?" And Alexa says, "The $650 one." And I said, "No way! You're out of your damn mind." Anyway, she was like, "Okay, are you sure I want it?" And no, yeah, I'm sure.
Gotta shoot the
Yeah,
shot.
so anyway, fellas, anything else y'all want to add?
Nah, man. I'm good. Hopefully one day you could go to a live show with y'all, and hopefully y'all can keep on going. A small package, bro, for our followers and whoever's still on us. Tell your people about us. We outside. Like and
Like and
subscribe.
subscribe.
And follow.
And Boo Cena.
All right.